What is going on, beautiful people? It is your girl Marquita. I'm with Team TRM, and I am currently on a journey to earn $100,000 per month. I failed so many times in my income journey online. However, each failure has come with successes as well. I'm sure that I will have many more failures on my road to a six-figure monthly income. In this process, I've tried so many things to earn income online. While I'm less than perfect with my approach, I do feel like I'm continuing to learn and grow as I move forward. I'm now able to spot many patterns, make adjustments, and to see a way to improve my chances and odds in being successful in this niche. Getting to $100,000 per month is likely going to take me quite a bit of time, but I do feel that it's extremely possible to do so, and I'm starting from scratch. I'm working my way on defining how I will actually reach my income goal. In the past, I've devoted a lot of my focus to one income stream at a time, which I found to be less than ideal. In this niche, things change really quickly. There is a lot of trust that has to be given. The issue is there are not many things that deserve that trust. There are things designed to scam right from the start. There are other things that may have good intentions, but bad business practices, or a group of people that are just running it that may have terrible judgment, and they may do things to harm the business long term. A good idea is not enough to be successful. There are entire skill sets and implementations of those skill sets that have to be done. If there is a lack of understanding or clarity and a lack of execution, businesses fail. This in turn harms those that decided to take a chance on these businesses. There are also times where the customers and even outside onlookers of a business actually causes a downfall due to their preconceived notions. It's usually fear and even greed that causes terrible decisions to be made, ultimately causing a domino effect on the business. This niche has suffered tremendously after so many of these terrible things have happened over and over and over again. Yet, there are still both subsets of opportunities available out there, both good and bad, and they're available frequently. So picking the right opportunities that will give me leverage for long periods of time is important to me. I don't expect every business venture or opportunity that I take part in to be here forever. For me, forever simply does not exist. There is nothing that is permanent besides impermanence. While the foundation of a business may be here extremely long term, there will certainly be changes that may affect how the business operates over time. There also may be businesses that just simply don't last. These businesses may leave before I reach a profitable or break-even point within them. I have to make sure to account for this during my journey. Because of this, for me, it's best to ensure that I use an opportunity that I feel best, grow as much as I can in that opportunity, but while growing, I also look for further amazing opportunities to stack on top of one another. The goal is no longer to find one winning opportunity where I become content and never look for opportunities again. The goal is to actually have many different opportunities working for me all at one time, where even if one fails or underperforms, I'll be able to move on and replace it quickly. There is a concept in a book that I have. It mentioned maximizing by depth or by width. It was regarding content or social media platforms, but I could also apply it to the niche of passive income as well. The way that it was described was, I could go deep by maximizing a current platform to its full potential before moving on to the next. For example, if my goal is to reach $10,000 per month, I could pour all of my resources and my energy into getting my income to that level in one opportunity or business venture before moving on to the next opportunity, or maybe even deciding not to move on at all. So here is a graphic that I designed here. You can see the person here is at the top, and they are building deep in one opportunity with their income before actually going wide and moving on to 1, 2, 3, or 4 opportunities. There are some pros to doing this, like hitting the goal and the investment faster. Having my entire focus on one opportunity at a time allows no dilution, and thus is likely to foster security within that opportunity. I would have knowledge that will likely give me an edge on growing at even faster paces. Some cons are that all of my income would be in one basket. If anything happens to that single opportunity before being able to diversify, I would be back at ground zero, just essentially starting over. With focusing on getting to that goal in one opportunity at a time, I would likely not be withdrawing as often as I could. If the opportunity changes or ceases to exist while I'm in that phase, this means that I would likely be losing more than I am gaining. This is why I have moved to the width approach. This is what width then depth looks like. So I start growing my income in one opportunity, and I continue to move on to opportunity 2, opportunity 3, and then opportunity 4, and then I start maximizing my income in each of those opportunities. opportunities. The with approach is starting an opportunity or business venture, but instead of focusing on maximizing growth by hitting the 10K per month goal before moving on, I would grow but also work on vetting my next opportunity or business venture. I will have not only a growth mindset, but also one of withdrawing so that I can move on to the next opportunity quickly. The pros to this are that I become well diversified. If one opportunity or business venture goes away, begins to underperform, or has changes that directly affect my income, I'll have others to fall back on. Some cons are that my focus is diluted so that I'm not truly maximizing one opportunity quickly. If I'm bad at vetting, I could ruin my chances of making significant income. I can have multiple income sources that are all just plain mediocre. I could also lose funds at a quicker rate if I'm not great at picking opportunities, or if I'm not great at strategy for getting in, getting profitable, and exiting if possible. Even with the cons, the second approach, focusing on with, is better for me given the fast moving pace of some of these opportunities. I also feel confident that I will be able to win more than I lose based on my experience level. Each opportunity for me is a brick in my goal of building a massive house. I'm not only going to be using online passive crypto opportunities, but my goal is to have many different opportunities working for me as I progress. I want to vary my risk level without getting too deep into what I consider very high risk things. As my cash flow grows, I could get into larger cost business opportunities that are in more traditional spaces, both online and offline. I could also begin to diversify more heavily into offline traditional income earnings like dividend stocks, ETFs, gold, high yield saving accounts, and more. There are also many things out there that, if the capital is had, could begin to create amazing income pillars. I would also be using cash flow and pillars to purchase courses, books, tools, and more, all designed to increase knowledge that can be used to speed up my growth towards my income goals. My bare minimum goal in each of the opportunities I join is to earn an average of 10% per month across all assets. I want to try and break even in each opportunity as quickly as I can, using each opportunity to go into the next. If I can double my funds and profit in each, that is also a win for me. I've started with $1,050 in one opportunity. I was able to take over 3x return from that opportunity, and if you want to see more, I'll include that video in the top right. And then I took those funds and started a new income pillar. The plan is to continue using the same $1,050 to earn more and more and more cash flow to begin moving into new pillars. So here is the way that I think about it. I have one venture here that is pouring into a wallet that you can see at the top right. That wallet then pours into venture 2, and now I have venture 2 going into the wallet as well as venture 1, and all of the funds that go into that wallet go to fund venture 3. Now we have venture 1, venture 2, and venture 3 all going into that wallet to fund venture 4, so on and so forth. Looking at my plan, it's best to have as many income pillars as possible. As I have more working for me, the average income needed to hit my goal is spread out significantly. For example, if I wanted to earn $10,000 per month in income, the breakdown would be as follows. If I only have one pillar, that would need to earn me $333.33 per day. However, if I expand to 5 pillars, the average income would need to be $66.67 per day. At 10 pillars, I would only need each pillar creating $33.33 per day. And if I had 20 pillars, I would only need each of my pillars generating $16.67 per day. As I go into more and more income pillars, it becomes important to set out a plan before I jump in. It is also important for me to understand the pay plan and business dynamics before I start. While my plan with a particular pillar may not work 100% of the time, it's better for me to actually have a plan than to not have one. I also need to ensure to track my entire portfolio and individual pillars meticulously to ensure that I am staying in profit individually and as a whole. There will naturally be pillars that outperform. If I find that I am becoming too far behind and generating profit as a whole, I will need to do what I call a rebalance of my portfolio. This means ensuring that I am withdrawing for a certain amount of time from all of my pillars to keep my portfolio in the black or profitable, or in a comfortable negative for me. Ideally, this means that I can make up my negative balance in 90 days or less by withdrawing daily from all of the other cash flow assets that I have, which I call pillars. So let's actually look at a breakdown of what I mean. Let's say I start with $1,000. The black circle here represents an opportunity. We'll just call it opportunity 1. If I start with $1,000, I place it into opportunity 1, I now am negative $1,000. But let's just say after earning for a bit of time, I go ahead and I'm able to withdraw $3,000 from the platform. That means that I am actually $2,000 in profit on paper. I started with $1,000, I now have $3,000, that's $2,000 more than what I started with. However, I take that $3,000 and I put it into an opportunity 2, which is represented by the blue circle here. Technically, that means that I am back at zero because again, I only started with $1,000, but the way that I look at it from my portfolio standpoint is that I'm actually down $3,000. Well, why is that? Because I had the opportunity to collect and hold on to $3,000, meaning that I would have been in profit, but I took all of that actualized gain and I put it into opportunity number 2. That means that I am now technically down $3,000 because I had $3,000 in my possession. Now with the rebalancing strategy, it just simply says, hey, let's say we have 2 opportunities working here. We have the blue plus the black. If these were making a combined $60 a day total, it would take me 50 days to rebalance my portfolio, or 50 days of withdrawing to reach this $3,000 and have it in my pocket. Ideally, I want to make sure that this rebalancing is 90 days or less. So if I needed to stop and make sure I get to a profitable point, it would take me no more than 90 days in order to do so. So the ultimate hope is that after my break even and profit phase, I can continue to earn from the business venture for years after, ultimately reaching a $10,000 income in any given pillar that I have, also reaping the benefits of $10,000 per month for years to come. Not all pillars will reach this ultimate goal. In fact, I can almost be certain that in this online passive income niche, most won't. However, even if I have a few, these would be the anchor for moving towards a highly profitable income over time. As time progresses, I will likely uncover more and more of these amazing sources. The old adage goes, you have to kiss a lot of frogs to find the prince. So how many princes will I find? So I'll have to keep pushing in order to find out. I hope this video gave you some deeper insight into my approach. You may start to see more videos from me discovering pillars and getting started. This video will serve as a reasoning and a reminder as to why I'm doing that. So thank you so much for watching, and if you've enjoyed, be sure to give me a like and drop an emoji or comment below for the algorithm, and I'll see you in the next one. And as I always say, I'll see you at the top or not. You decide. Check out this next video before you go.